What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future, with energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. And that old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Being your family's grocery store isn't just about having the best butcher cut meat or the freshest produce. It's not about having the highest quality online shopping or experts who handpick your groceries. And it's not just about giving you the most affordable prices. Being your family's grocery store means making sure that you have all of that. And that's why at Fairway Meat and Grocery, it's what we've always been about.
When you choose Delta Dental of Iowa, you set a chain of good in motion because we invest in your community. So whether you get your plan at work or purchase it through us, you get more than great dental and vision insurance. You make a difference for others. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, and for your community.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
Living your best life means something different to everyone, especially when it comes to healthcare. That's why Mercy One offers compassionate, personalized care. We are here for you with one team of experts, providing access to the primary care and highly rated specialty care you need, easily and conveniently. So go ahead, live your best life. We're with you every step of the way. Mercy One, your best life, our one purpose.
Slade's the place for you!
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present the state softball tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders. It's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on an outstanding softball season. And remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
It's a great day for softball here in Fort Dodge, Iowa. My name is Eric Zamora, bringing you the play-by-play of this evening's matchup. Welcome to Kruger Field at Harlan and Hazel Rogers Sports Complex, home of the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. In just a moment, we will have the 1-8 seed matchup in Class 3A. The 8 seed are the Albia Lady D's, and the 1 seed are the Williamsburg Raiders, although don't let seeds fool you too much, as we've had some upsets and we'll be talking about those here in a matter of moments. For the two teams, Albia comes in with a record of 21-8. And they were victorious over Roland Story 13-1, West Marshall 7-0, and then Sheridan 8-2 to get to this state tournament. Williamsburg comes in with a record of 33-9, and they knocked off Union Community 12-0, Hampton Dumont Cal 10-0, and then Grinnell 3-0 to punch their ticket here to Fort Dodge. And we'll certainly go over some of the players to keep an eye on, especially as we look at the pitchers. Couple of aces coming out here, but we don't want to step on anybody's touchdown call, including our public address announcer. And it looks like we are set for the intros here in just a matter of moments. So we'll go ahead and listen in as the PA announcer gives both the non-starters and then the starting lineups in this 8-1 matchup between Albia and Williamsburg.
First of all, for the visitors from Albia. Number 6, Janelle Clark. Number 8, Avery Halstead. Number 12, Addie Hill. Number 13, Chloe DeMoss. Number 18, Grace Pence. And number 23, McKenna Roman. Your assistant coach, McKenna Ross. And now, here's your starting lineup for the Albia Lady D's leading off. Designated player number 14, Sailor Rosen. Shortstop, number 77, Lily DeMoss. Batting third, playing left field, number 1, Ashley Berry. Cleanup hitter for the Lady D's at third base, number 23, Albia Myers. Batting fifth, doing the catching, number 11, Sydney Hoskins. Batting sixth, in right field, number 21, Avery Nature. Batting seventh, doing the pitching, number 10, Addie Halstead. Batting eighth in center field, number 20, Juliana Brown. Batting ninth at second base, number 5, Lexi Jones. The flex player at first base, number 3, Rebecca Spencer. Lady D's are coached by Aaron Hill and Larry Achenbach. And now let's meet the team from Williamsburg. Here are your non-starters. Number 1, Maya Simmons. Starting lineup for the Williamsburg Raiders leading off. Playing center field, number 13, Shannon Finn. Playing second shortstop, number 3, Chloe Rich. Playing first base, number 22, Elle Whitworth. Leadoff hitter for the Raiders. Doing the catching, number 20, Jenna Burns. Playing fifth in left field, number 6, Allie Borsch. Playing sixth, the designated player, number 8, Taylor Pitlick. Number 16, Peyton Brewster. Number 11, McKenna Hughes. Second baseman, number 4, Riley Betts. Next player in right field, number 7, Bailey Van Ossen. Head coach of the Raiders, Adam C. Murphy. The umpires for this contest, as assigned by the
And we welcome you back into the broadcast here of the 2023 Girls State Softball Tournament. Before we begin today's game, however, we'd like to once again thank Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, for their support. The Iowa Farm Bureau has an office located in each of the 99 counties across Iowa, including Iowa County representing Williamsburg and Monroe representing Albia. We'd like to thank the offices listed on your screen, and thank you, Iowa Farm Bureau, for supporting the IGHSAU and the Iowa Girl. Well, the Albia squad will come to bat first, so let's go ahead and take a look at their lineup. It'll be Sailor Rosenboom, the designated player, will start things off at the plate, backed up by Lillian DeMoss and Ashley Berry. We will take a look at the starters for the Williamsburg Raiders, and it starts with Peyton Driscoll. At the circle, she's going to be caught by Jenna Thurm. Going around the infield right to left, Elle Ridgway at first, Riley Metz, the second baseman, Carly Rich at short, and McKenna Hughes plays the hot corner. From left to right in the outfield, it'll be Allie Gorsh, Shannon Finn, and Bailey Vaughn. The designated player for the Williamsburg Raiders is Taylor Pitlick, with Bailey Von Ozen, the player that is playing defense but will not be out in the lineup. And taking a look at strike one is Rosenboom. Rosenboom is a junior, tied for the team lead in runs with 21. She and Juliana Brown have each hit blackjack on the year, and they're looking for a run here early in the biggest spot of their season. 0-2 the count. Righty on lefty. The delivery slap foul as Driscoll comes in with a record of 16-3. She has a decision in each of her first 19 appearances. This will be an even 20 for her. And in 114 innings pitched, 153 strikeouts, and a sub-1 ERA, 0.98 to be precise. A strikeout to start things off for Driscoll, and Rosenboom goes down swinging. Mention that Lillian DeMoss up next, and then Ashley Berry. Elia Myers, Sydney Hoskins, and Avery Major will fill out the middle portion of their lineup as DeMoss takes a look at ball one. Addie Halstead, Juliana Brown, and Lexi Jones are the last third, and then Rebecca Spindler is the first baseman for the Lady D's, and she is in essence being hit for by Rosenboom, who just went down swinging. Called strike, and DeMoss looks down the third base side and nods in agreement. 1-1 the count, as she liked the placement of that pitch. Here comes the delivery on the 1-1, popped up into shallow left field, and it's going to be the shortstop calling off everybody. Carly Rich, the sophomore, squeezes that one into her glove, and quickly 2 down. I mentioned that this is the 1-8 seed, but we have had a flurry of upsets, and I'd say in about an inning and a half's time, we'll start to get into that a little bit more, as the opening half innings tend to be fraught with getting through a lot of the lineups. And there's a pitch on the outside corner, or may have missed the strike zone, but it doesn't matter, as it was offered up to by Berry. Berry, along with Hoskins, had a team-high 88 official at-bats, led the team in hits with 32, RBI with 23, doubles with 10, and a team-high 364 batting average. Driscoll looks set. Thurm offers her a target, and Thurm had to move that one both up and outside. Sometimes you'll see early in the game the pitcher trying to expand the strike zone, or seeing if she can't get a batter to swing at something outside the zone. That one's rifled right back at us and goes for a fouled strike. But I think that previous pitch was Driscoll just missing her spot, and the reason I say that is her senior partner in crime, Therm, was setting up a little bit more inside, and I think she just missed the mark, but comes back. 2 outs, 2-2 the count, comes home with it, and an inside-out swing will keep the batter, Barry, alive as she fouls that one softly towards the dugout of her Albia Lady D's. These teams do have a history, and at the biggest of moments from not that long ago. We'll talk about that as the game develops. 2-2 the count. They'll come home with it. It is hit hard to left center field. Doesn't have enough. It is gone. Ashley Berry goes yard. And quickly, the Lady D's will shrug off that 8-seed moniker, and they'll take a 1-0 lead. Waiting on her pitch, a great at-bat, and now we'll have a conversation as before the next batter, Myers comes up. Barry actually cuts her celebration short so that she can have a conversation with her and kind of give her a little bit of a scouting report. Not to be lost in that, a home run is an extra base hit, and extra base hits in today's game are brought to you by Kruger Seeds, your local seeds dealer. Visit KrugerSeed.com today. That's KRUGER Seed.com. Now trying to get back into action is Aaliyah Myers, and this is a big moment for both squads. For Driscoll, she knows she's got the stuff to advance her team past Albia, but she's got to settle in and make sure that she can shrug that one off. Meanwhile, if you're Myers, I hate to use the phrase, but you want to kick your opponent when they're down. Maybe try to see if you can't string a couple of hits here, extend that lead, or at least get doubt creeping into the head of senior Peyton Driscoll. Left-handed batter is Myers. She's the third baseman. Haven't seen her field, but I would imagine that it's just from the plate that we see her as a southpaw and not out in the field. Checking in. She's got the sign. 2-1 is the count. Pitcher rocks, delivers. This is going to be popped up into shallow left field. Running onto it is Allie Gorsh, and she will secure the out, but damage done early on. First shot is fired from Ashley Berry and the Albia Lady D's. 1 run on 1 hit, nobody left on. We'll go to the bottom of the first. 1-0 Albia on top. And you are watching the Iowa State Girls Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Hey fans, Central College has you covered with career-building programs. And with tuition less than $20,000 a year and tons of scholarships, it's the best decision ever. Apply today at central.edu. Well, haven't even had time to get into the uniforms as Albia already on top by a score of 1-0. And taking a look at that first pitch is Shannon Finn. The Williamsburg Raiders in the blue jerseys with white numerals outlined in black pants. And they are the home team in this evening's affair. We appreciate you hanging with us as this one was supposed to get started about an hour ago. And we've had some games that wasn't even extra innings, just some games that had a lot of hits, a lot of runs, and a lot of pitching changes that ended up making this nightcap even later. 2-1 is the count to Finn. She'll be backed up by Carly Rich and Elle Ridgway batting second and third. slapped at and off the glove of the pitcher. That's going to roll into center field. And the center fielder has her squad with a base runner right out of the gate. For Albia, it's Addison Halstead, although I've been informed she goes by Addie, so that's probably what we'll refer to her for the most part as. She comes in with a 13-7 record. This is her 24th appearance, a 1.53 ERA, 137 and 2/3 innings pitched, and 108 strikeouts. She is being caught by Sydney Hoskins, who is a junior. Right now, it's Rebecca Spindler, who's trying to keep Finn as close to first base as possible. Carly Rich, the shortstop, at the plate for Williamsburg. The rest of the infield looks like this. Senior Lexi Jones at second. Lily DeMoss, the freshman, is at short. And Elia Myers, the senior, will play third base. Rich takes a look at a 1-1 pitch. Stolen base attempt. And safe in there around the tag. So Finn quickly goes from a single to putting herself in scoring position. Ashley Berry is the left fielder. Juliana Brown straightaway center, and Avery Major out in right. Sailor Rosenboom is the one player in the Albia lineup not mentioned there, as she is not playing defensively. The throw down third, not in time, and Finn quickly has a couple of stolen bases, and some thievery has her nearing home plate. 2-2 the count. Rich with Elle Ridgway due up next, and then Jenna Thurm, unless Albia can come up with a creative way to get 2 outs. You don't like to normally bring up batters that have a possibility of not coming up in the inning, but be either a strikeout and maybe a putout, or a creative double play with the runner at third. That's going to be fouled back into the netting. So the count goes full, nobody out. And we talked about it for Driscoll, but the same thing here. Halstead would like to settle in to this contest, and she's looking for her first out. Comes home with it, and a delayed swing there as the pitch was off speed. Rich timed it out. Don't always have to put the ball in play. Sometimes you just need to make enough contact to keep yourself alive. That's what she does. We'll go back, Jack, and do it again. 3-2. This time with a lot more velocity on that pitch that was in the strike zone, but starting to rise, and fought off well by Rich. She'd love to keep this rally going and either knock Finn in herself or just put another duck on the pond. 3-2. Smoked into right field on a one-hop. That is going to be handled by Avery Major, who quickly gets it back in. But Rich starts things off with a single and an RBI for Carly Rich. The shortstop has her 27th run batted in of the season, and it brings up Elle Ridgway for the possibility of a big inning. Ridgway wears the largest numeral, 42 for the first baseman, and she leads the team in a couple of statistical categories, as that off-speed pitch just catches the corner. Hits with 47, runs batted in with 52, and home runs. She's got an even dozen. She's also batting .420 on the year. 1-1 the count, runner at first. And a good job there by Hoskins, trying to sell it, but the home plate umpire not buying Hoskins' product, and it will be a 2-1 count. Blocked by Hoskins. A nice job to keep that one from getting to the backstop. Should point out at this time, it is Tom Berger behind the plate, with Tom Sullivan, our umpire, at first, Daryl Erickson down the third base side, although right now he's positioned over second. This is chopped into right center field. It's going to drop in. Location, location, location. As that ball had enough under it where had it been hit closer towards an outfielder, they would have had time to get there. But instead, Ridgway not only picks up the single and keeps the line moving, but Rich timed that well. She saw that nobody was going to get there, or if they made a spectacular diving catch, they wouldn't have been able to pick her off. And she played the odds and said, I think that's going to fall in. Because of that, she goes from first to third. We will have our first courtesy runner, and it's considered an IMT insurance substitution. Pitching and running substitutions in today's game brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com. It's going to be Eva Hooker who stands at first and awaits as this Williamsburg squad smells blood in the water. They want a big inning. It's Thurm. Thurm takes a look at a low pitch and stopping about 3/4 of the way from first to second was Hooker. And the reason is she was trying to bait and see if the catcher would throw the ball and allow an opportunity for Rich to advance home. Not the case, as really you can call that a stolen base of indifference. 1-0 the count. 2 runners in scoring position. Bunts it home, and they've got no play but to go to first. So that's going to be an RBI for Jenna Thurm, and she will sacrifice herself on the putout. Not quite a suicide squeeze, but the runner was coming home, had an option to try to go back, but no chance for anything else to be done. The putout at first, although it was technically a 6-4, and now at the plate is Allie Gorsh. Gorsh is the left fielder for the Raiders this evening. Comes in with a record of .357. That sounds lethal to me. 2-1 the score. This is chopped down, and again, they will force a run in, and safe at first, as it was Halstead who fired over to the bag with the windmill, and it hit the fielder's glove, but unable to hold on. We'll see how they score this. A little bit shaken up on the play is Gorsh, but she's got to be thrilled that the run comes in. Jones covering for first on the second straight play. And it is considered a single. Running down the line was Gorsh with enough speed to force the errant throw. So she'll pick up a ribby for her efforts, and Taylor Pitlick steps up to bat. Left-handed batter, and takes a look at a called strike one. Albia checks in with a record of 21-8. And that one didn't miss by much, which means that Halstead is responsible for almost 2/3 of their wins, as she's sitting on 13 on the season. Gives a rip. That's hit up to the pitcher, and she'll just run that over and underhand toss to make sure she picks up the out. Gorsh will advance to second. And so for Williamsburg, they're willing to play small ball, as that one, the 2 outs that they have had have come with balls that were not hit beyond the circle. Now this will bring up Peyton Driscoll, the pitcher, trying to give herself a little bit of insurance. She'll take a look at a pitch on the outside of the plate. Driscoll, known for her pitching numbers, but not a bad hitter either, comes in with an average of .289. She'll take a look at a called strike two. 13 hits on 45 official plate appearances. If she could knock in Gorsh, that'll get her to double digits. On the season, she sits with 9 RBI. Gorsh is taking a healthy lead and daring the catcher Hoskins to try to put her back firmly at second. Off speed and didn't quite get there. The bottom dropped out just before it reached the strike zone, but not a bad pitch to either see if you can get that one to hang on a little bit longer or see if you can get the batter to chase. Swung well, and that's going to be smoked to the left fielder. There's no play but to keep Driscoll from advancing to second base, and she's got an RBI, and McKenna Hughes will come up as the 8th batter for the Raiders. This Williamsburg squad can turn it on in a hurry, and they have done just that. Meanwhile, we will have a conference on the mound. We will also have a courtesy runner. Maya Simmons, the sophomore, wears number 1, and she now stands at first in place of Driscoll, and that again is a substitution brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. For the Albia squad, things started out well. They led things off with a home run in the first out off the bat of Ashley Berry. Right now, they're just trying to calm the storm and say, hey, 4-1, there's plenty of time in this game. We've got to start stringing some outs together. Right now, they don't even need to string any together. They just need one, and then we'll worry about the second when we get to that. Missing outside on the delivery to Hughes. Hughes is the third baseman. Riley Metz, the second baseman, stands in the on-deck circle, and if they can get her up, then all 9 batters will come to the plate here in our opening frame. 2-0 the count. 4 runs on 5 hits. As this is popped up the elevator shaft to the third base side, reaching over, and that just had enough to get up on the top of the dugout of the Raiders and prevent Myers from leaping, snagging, and pulling that one down. So in her defense, the Williamsburg onslaught here offensively early has at least been with them swinging the bat. The last thing you want to do is start walking batters and hitting batters and allowing them to get. There's going to be a throw at second, not in time. Trying to dig that out was Lily DeMoss. She did, and the freshman quickly applied the tag, but a little bit quicker was the pinch runner in Simmons. This is skied up the left field side, and calling off her left fielder will be the aforementioned DeMoss, but the damage has been done. 4 runs on 5 hits, 1 left on. It's 4-1 Williamsburg after 1 is complete. We'll be back with the second inning heading your way, and you are watching the 2023 Iowa State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
Living your best life means something different to everyone, especially when it comes to healthcare. That's why Mercy One offers compassionate, personalized care. We are here for you with one team of experts, providing access to the primary care and highly rated specialty care you need, easily and conveniently. So go ahead, live your best life. We're with you every step of the way. Mercy One, your best life, our one purpose.
Welcome back here with you live on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy, as we start the second inning and we take a look at it called Ball 1. My name is Eric Zamora, bringing you the play-by-play of this evening's contest. Jose Guzman, our engineer and producer of the broadcast. Inside-out swing, fouled to the right side. And then Eric Brown, our camera operator, picking up the fantastic views we have. Unfortunately, I apologize. We'll see my mug in the background here is the great shot from straightaway center. This is ripped down the right field line. That's going to be fair. That's going to get just out of the reach of Van Ozen, and this is going to be extra bases for Sydney Hoskins. I think for a split second, she was thinking about 3, but she will settle for a double and an extra base hit, which is brought to you by Kruger Seeds, your local seeds dealer. Visit KrugerSeed.com today. Well, I talked about the history between these two squads. The Williamsburg Raiders have made the tournament 4 straight years, while the last time Albia was here was back in 2020. They won the 3A championship, and it was against this Williamsburg side. We also want to, again, point out that IMT Insurance is sponsoring all of our substitutions, including on the base paths, as Albia will have Addie Hill running in place of Hoskins, as she is allowed an opportunity to go get the catcher's gear on. And it's going to be Avery Major sacrificing herself for some small ball, as this, I should say attempting to. That one ends up going foul. 0-2 the count. So back at second is Hill. Back at the box is Major. And fouled with 2 strikes down. That's as good as a swing and a miss. And the strikeout brings up Addie Halstead, the pitcher for the Lady D's. Albia representing the South Central Conference out of Monroe County. Delivery home. Big swing and unable to catch up with it. Albia wearing the white jerseys with red writing and numerals outlined in blue. Blue pants with the black and white stripe up the side. Driscoll comes home with it. It's bunted right to her. Driscoll will fire over to third and into the glove of Ridgway. And I love the way that was handled by the first baseman. Some first basemen, or really any infielders, are a little bit passive and wait for that ball to come to them. Ridgway snatched that and was quickly looking to get that ball into her throwing hand in case perhaps Hill was going to get creative and try to round third big and threaten to make a run. 2 down, and Juliana Brown will come to the plate. Brown, I mentioned alongside Rosenboom, leads the team, or they're tied for the team lead in runs with 21. She swings through that one but can't catch up with it. They are also, she is also tied with Ashley Berry and Liliana DeMoss on the team with triples, but each having a single one on the 2023 campaign. Good patience shown there as Brown. She didn't really even flinch with her arms and her shoulders, but body language looked like for a second she was thinking about pulling the trigger, and she lays off for a 1-2 count. This one is hit out to left. Will it drop fair? No. Diving to make the play, and an outstanding effort shown there by Gorsh, the sophomore, laid out. So moments ago I mentioned that they're wearing the red jerseys with white and black. Hers has probably got a little bit of green on the front as she dove to try to end the half inning instead. We'll go back with a 1-2 count and a runner at third. This is a big pickup for Driscoll and Williamsburg if they can put up a 0. Slap to the second baseman, running on his Mets. She's got time and fires into the glove of Ridgway. 4-3 for the putout. So no runs on one hit, and one is left on base. 4-1, Albia trailing Williamsburg with the Raiders coming up in the bottom of the second. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future, with energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Ladies, the place for you.
Taking a look at a called strike is going to be Williamsburg's Mets, who just helped her squad get out of the half inning. She swings through that. And in between innings, treated to a little Dancing in the Moonlight. Not quite yet moonlight, but some twilight starting to set in, as this one is starting late and likely will finish that way as well. Mets unable to catch up with that one, and on 3 pitches she goes down, and that is the first strikeout of the contest for Albia's Halstead, and we'll see if that helps her kind of round into form and maybe just be a little bit of a shot in the arm, the confidence boost that she's looking for. Top of the order comes to the plate. It's going to be Shannon Finn, who singled and then stole second, stole third, and then was patient enough to let the next batter, Carly Rich, knock her in. 1-1 the count. A left-handed batter slaps one to the second baseman, Jones. There in plenty of time to fire over to Spindler, the senior to senior right side of the infield connection. Makes it a quick 2 outs here in the second. Carly Rich, as I mentioned, knocked in Finn. She then advanced to third on the Ridgway single. And then Thurm, sacrificing herself and picking up the first out of the first inning, was able to bring Rich across the plate. 4-1 the score, and I can tell you Williamsburg is not about to sit back on their laurels. They're out for blood and trying to advance it. Chopped slowly to DeMoss, but she's still able to make the play in time. Thought perhaps Rich might survive because it wasn't hit incredibly hard, but a 1-2-3 inning, and we will head to the top of the third with a 4-1 score. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. And that old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
When you choose Delta Dental of Iowa, you set a chain of good in motion. Because we invest in your community. So whether you get your plan at work or purchase it through us, you get more than great dental and vision insurance. You make a difference for others. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, and for your community.
You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company. Lexi Jones up for the Lady D's, and then it'll be the top of the order with Rosenboom and DeMoss. That's Lillian DeMoss due up next. Owen 1. And coming home with it, delivering a strike, is Peyton Driscoll. And Lexi Jones quickly finds herself in an 0-2 hole. She's got the signal from Therm. This is hit well out to the left field side and drops just at the warning track. This is going to be a sliding double for Lexi Jones. And once again, the leadoff hitter for Albia gets in scoring position thanks to a Kruger Seeds extra base hit. And we take a look at that on the replay, just rolling up to that PEI signage out in left field. Again, your local seeds dealer is Kruger. Visit KrugerSeed.com today. So now Rosenboom and the Lady D's will see if they can't chip at this lead. High pitch that Rosenboom already starting to creep out of the box and thought about giving a look at there. She elects to lay off, and a good call as it's 1-0. Have a feeling if she'd gotten a piece of that, likely would have popped it up in the infield. This time she will swing away, but that one is hit back into the netting, and that will even up the count at 1 apiece. First time through, Rosenboom went down swinging. The left-handed batting Rosenboom takes a look at one on the outside corner. Rosenboom with a team-high 13 stolen bases on the year. And she lays off that one. Good communication there by Driscoll and Therm. Driscoll felt that one got a little bit away from her and compliments her senior catcher. They're both seniors. In fact, so is the right side of the infield, as that one is chopped foul.
Hammer 3 right now is unusable because it is very, very...
And taking a look at it, those are the only 4 seniors in the lineup this evening. And did not miss by much. The Williamsburg faithful were ready to celebrate. They thought that Rosenboom had been rung up. Instead, the count goes full. And Williamsburg going to do it one batter at a time. They're looking for their first out of the inning. An excuse me swing. Throw to the first is not in time. Rosenboom was shot out of a cannon as soon as she made contact with that. Reminds me of the Willie Mays Hayes first hit he has in the Phil Major League. Didn't get a lot on it, but was able to use the speed, hustle down the line, and is congratulated for her efforts. Lily DeMoss, the shortstop, will come down, and they'll have a conversation here on the third base side. And keep in mind, on the on-deck circle right now is Barry. And the last time and the only time we saw Barry in action, she hit a ball that took about 15 seconds to land as she sent that up and out of play. So certainly something that they're going to be keeping an eye on and a thought on. The fake throw, but they will just let Rosenboom skirt into second. So, awaiting. And missing is the second pitch to DeMoss. 2-0 the count. Rocking, coming home with it. Outside and maybe a little bit upstairs. To the winner of this contest, they'll move on to play on Wednesday at 3 o'clock back here at the Kruger Seeds Field. They'll take on the winner of Davis County and Estherville Lincoln Central, or ELC. So a 3-1 count as that one misses. Driscoll gets the grip she's looking for, comes home with it, and the pitch is off the mark. I'll be honest, I'm not quite sure where. I thought that was the right elevation. I thought it was over the plate, but the official in a better spot to make that call than I, and so it's ball 4. And now we have got a situation as they're loaded up for Ashley Berry, and she's going to see if she can't put her squad back in this with one swing of the bat. She will lay off a pitch that is low. Now, in addition to Berry having an opportunity to knock in several players, they've got nowhere to put her. So they're going to have to throw strikes. 1-0 the count. Berry lays off that one as well. Low and inside, ball 2. The way she clubbed that one, I would have assumed she was in double digits for dingers on the season. But that will be a team-high 4th that broke a tie between her and Sydney Hoskins. Driscoll will call timeout. Gets the cleat lace secured. And will come home with it. Slapped over the right field netting. So that's going to end up over by our other field, which right now has the Davis County ELC game going on. Ben Gislason with the call of that. As soon as we have a score update, we'll bring that one to you. 2-1. They come home with it. An off-speed pitch and a called strike 2. You saw there Barry kind of flinch and then thought, well, that one's going to go upstairs. Not quite, as it looked like a riser that didn't have enough velocity on it to get it to keep going up. The bottom dropped out just enough to keep that under the letters. 2-2 the count. Still nobody out. So if Driscoll can fan Barry, she'll still have Myers to deal with. 2-2 the count. Roxon comes home with it. Called strike 3. Clipped the inside edge. First 3 batters reach safely, but Ashley Berry will head back to the dugout and await as Aaliyah Myers heads to the plate. Myers swings the stick as a lefty and takes a look at strike 1. Checks both edges of the plate. This one's going to be popped up in foul territory, and underneath it is Jenna Thurm. A lot of times you'll see the catchers discard the mask, but she keeps it on, and with her pinky finger and index finger extended, she lets the infield know 2 down, and they are an out away from surviving a big scare here in the top of the 3rd. Strike down the chute in the lower portion of the strike zone, but certainly going to get the call there from the home plate umpire. Inside of the plate, but again, it finds the dish. And so Sydney Hoskins doubled her first time up. Would love for that result, as that would knock in a couple of runs and bring them within one, if not tying it. She will call timeout with a couple of shadow cuts. She's back in the box and ready to go. Driscoll comes home, fouled back, and that keeps her at bat alive. For Williamsburg, they've got Ridgway, Thurm, and Gorsh due up next, but they are concerned with the player at the plate, and that's Hoskins, trying to get out of a jam. 0-2, the delivery. Called strike 3, and that is going to ring up Albia. They have runners loading the bases with nobody out, and then Williamsburg gets 3 straight. We'll head to the bottom of the third, 4-1. Williamsburg on top. You are watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Fans, official state tournament merchandise is now available online. It's time to get out your smartphones. You can just scan the QR code on your screen right there in the bottom left, or you can visit IGHSAU.org to browse and customize your merchandise to match your style. Bottom of the third inning, Williamsburg on top by a score of 4-1, but they are looking to see if they can't pile it on. We're in the Class 3A quarterfinals. Strike called on the outside corner on L. Ridgway. In Class 5A, it was Ankeny Centennial, the 1 seed, knocking off Bettendorf 7-1. They'll take on Southeast Polk, the 4 seed, who survived West Des Moines Valley 5-2. Strike 2 rung up on Ridgway. On the other side of that 5A bracket, it was a couple of upsets. Muscatine, the 7 seed, defeated Ankeny 3-0, while Pleasant Valley, the 6 seed, knocked off Waukee Northwest 5-4. Ridgway was able to foul that one off and keep her at-bat alive. Meanwhile, outside, and we go 1-2. On the Class 4A side, we had a couple more upsets, including the top 2 teams getting knocked off. 1-2 the count. Fouled back right in front of us. The 2 seed, Carlisle, was defeated by Winterset 11-5. Dar Danielson and I had the call of that one. Winterset will take on the 3 seed Fort Dodge, who defeated ADM 8-3. Late swing by Ridgway, but she stays alive and fouls it off. Then North Scott, just in front of this game here on Kruger Seeds Field. North Scott, the 8th seed, knocked off North Polk by a final of 7-4. Chopped to the second baseman. Running to her left was Lexi Jones, and she's able to flip that over to Spindler for the 4-3 putout. And then in the 4-5 matchup, Norwalk defeated Western Dubuque 12-2, so Norwalk taking on North Scott in the semis. Here in Class 3A, we mentioned this side of the bracket, but the other side that will actually start things off tomorrow morning, as that is going to be a ball just missing. The 2 seed Davenport Assumption will take on 7 seed Sadell, And then that's at 11 a.m. At 11:30, it's Dubuque Wahlert, the 3 seed, taking on Benton Community, the 6 seed. Called strike. 1-1 the count. So Williamsburg and Albia battling to move on to play at 3 o'clock on Wednesday. Davis County and ELC were supposed to have started half an hour after us. I think we ended up starting around the same time. There's a inside-out swing to Jones. Jones flips over to Spindler for the second time in as many batters. And we have got Allie Gorsh coming up. Gorsh had an RBI single back in the first. She got as far as second base and was stranded there by Halstead.
31.
Gorsh awaits and pops this one up. It's the shortstop calling off everybody. DeMoss squeezes it. It's a 1-2-3 inning, so obviously no runs, no hits, and nobody left on base. We'll head to the 4th inning with a 4-1 score. Williamsburg on top. You're watching the 2023 Iowa State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, an Iowa farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau. As proud title sponsor of the state softball tournament, the Iowa Farm Bureau is dedicated to creating a vibrant future for Iowa through partnerships and programs that help cultivate individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. Making it to the state tournament is a great accomplishment that takes a lot of support. That's why we provide millions of dollars in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence. The well-being of Iowa students is also very important to Farm Bureau. That's why we provide concussion insurance coverage at no cost for all students in grades 9 through 12 who participate in a sanctioned sport. As just one of only 7 states to provide this coverage, it's just another way we're striving to support Iowa's outstanding young leaders. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau, congratulations to all the players and coaches on an outstanding season, and good luck in the tournament.
Top of the 4th inning, the Albia Lady D's trailing the Williamsburg Raiders by the same score that we saw after 4-1. Nobody scored in the second or third. Hit up the elevator shaft and right into the glove of Carly Rich, the sophomore. Will collect it, and that will be out number 1. Addie Halstead, who was put out by the pitcher Driscoll in her lone appearance, moving Addie Hill, who was running for Hoskins, over to third in the process. Halstead takes a look at ball 1. And a called strike. Addie, a senior, her sister Avery, a sophomore. We also have a couple of sisters in the DeMosses. Lily, a freshman. Chloe, a sophomore. 1-2 the count as Halstead gets instruction down the line and nods in agreement. Darren Hill and Larry Achenbach, the co-head coaches, with McKenna Ross, the assistant coach for the Lady D's. 1 out, 1-2. Unable to catch up with it, and Thurm holds on for the strikeout. Adam C. Birdie, the head coach for Williamsburg, with Jacob Hollub, Carly Campbell, and Gwen Mays, the assistant coaches for the Raiders. Taking a look at strike 1 was Juliana Brown. You could see her knees kind of buckling there, hoping that that pitch would have the bottom fall out on it in a hurry. It started to, but stayed in. Upstairs, that'll even the count at 1 apiece. Brown seeing if Albia can't get a 2-out rally going. Lexi Jones due up next, and she doubled. That was a ball in the dirt, and still able to get a piece of it was Brown. She chops it to third, and McKenna Hughes puts her out from there. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on in a 1-2-3 inning. Bottom of the fourth coming your way. Williamsburg on top by a score of 4-1. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau and the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future, with energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Being your family's grocery store isn't just about having the best butcher cut meat or the freshest produce. It's not about having the highest quality online shopping or experts who handpick your groceries. And it's not just about giving you the most affordable prices. Being your family's grocery store means making sure that you have all of that. And that's why at Fairway Meat and Grocery, it's what we've always been about.
And Taylor Pitlick wastes no time. She swings at the first pitch and plays it high into foul territory.
That was just a foul, right?
And Rebecca Spindler, the senior first baseman for Albia, will squeeze that one for out number one. Driscoll at the plate. Hughes is on deck. And Riley Metz, hoping she gets an opportunity here in the inning. This one is played back into the netting over the first base side. The winner of this game moves on to a 3 o'clock matchup with either Davis County or Esterville Lincoln Central on Wednesday. Hit out to the gap in right field. Over the second baseman, Lexi Jones's head. Avery Major, the right fielder, can't get there in time, and Juliana Brown just backing up everybody. So for Driscoll, she's 2 for 2 in the contest, and she puts a base runner on with Hughes coming to the dish. The winner of the Davenport Assumption Sadell game, which is tomorrow morning, as well as the Dubuque Wahlert and Benton Community games, will play at 5 o'clock on Wednesday. And then the Class 3A championship game is on Friday at 2:30 right here on Kruger Seeds Field, with the third place game in Class 3A being played at 1 on Friday as well over on the Iowa Central Field. Called strike. So it's 0-1. Stepping back into the box, McKenna Hughes. She popped up to the shortstop in her lone at-bat. Williamsburg knocked in 4 on 5 hits. And up until Driscoll moments ago, that was the only other hit they had. Safe! And running to third, is she there in time? Safe there as well! And then advancing to second was Hughes. So it's going to be Simmons running for Driscoll, who gets in to third as she was greedy on the base paths, and it worked out. And then Hughes takes the cue from Simmons, and she steals an extra one. They try to lay down a bunt, unable to, and it will be an 0-1 count. A reminder that with Simmons on third, she is a courtesy runner. And substitutions are brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. Well, take what's given to you. And here, Williamsburg, in the first inning, they needed 5 hits, all singles, to knock in 4 runs. Here, they don't have anything in the fourth. Well, they have something cooking, rather, as they had a couple of singles. Hughes legged out that single, and in part because for a moment it looked like there was a little bit of confusion there between Halstead, the pitcher, and Myers, the third baseman. The toss into first was a little bit of a lob instead of a bullet. That allowed Hughes to get to first. The close play allowed Simmons to keep on trucking. She ends up at third. Hughes ends up at second. And now we have 2 runners in scoring position instead of just runners at first and second. Still 1 away, 2-1 the count. Williamsburg out hitting Albia 7-4. They lay down a bunt. Will there be a play at the plate? There will be, but the throw is high, and this is going to score 2. Metz will end up at second. And Simmons comes around. Hughes has played it as well. Metz reaches on the fielder's choice error and then ends up in second for her efforts. Maybe more important than the fact that she's now in scoring position is the fact that she can't be forced out now, especially with a left-handed swinging Shannon Finn at the plate. Finn 1 for 2 in her previous 2 at-bats, and with 2 stolen bases. Lays down a bunt, and there's no play.
Zoom out all the way so I can see the people on 1 and 3, please.
Halstead looked over at third. I think she was expecting to go there, thought maybe there would be a play at third, and this allows Finn an opportunity to get to first safely. Runners on the corners, and Albia will take a conference on the mound. There will be a change at the circle, and it will be Grace Pence who comes in on the IMT Insurance substitution. You can learn how you can be free, worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. We'll step away for just a matter of moments, and we'll be back. It's 6-1, Williamsburg on top. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made.
So Carly Rich comes to the plate. She's got an RBI single and a run scored. Her team on top by a score of 6-1, and no throw. Finn will take off and take second.
Count is 0-1-0.
Pence comes in with a called strike. That'll even up the count. With 43 1/3 innings pitched, she actually has the team high ERA with team low, 1.45. This one will be bunted down the line, and it stays fair. I would say perhaps they were best off leaving that one alone, but that stopped on a dime and was not going anywhere. If anything, it was starting to crater into the dirt. There was no chance that was going to go foul. So the third hit of the inning, the 8th of the game, and up comes L. Ridgway. This Raiders squad is getting hits in bunches as Rich steals second. They had 5 in the first. That resulted in 4 runs being scored. They've had 3 here in the fourth, and that has resulted in 3 runs, and they don't look to be done, at least not yet. Ridgway, big cut. She was looking to tattoo that over the left field fence, and instead it is a loud and thunderous strike 1. 2-1 the count as that one hit the mitt. Bunts that one forward. That's going to drop in. The only play is to first. And so Ridgway will sacrifice herself in the out.
Follow her all the way to
It's the second out of the inning, but it is the 4th run of the inning, and Rich will end up at third on the play. Esterville Lincoln Central on top 3-1 against Davis County. Top of the third, and I can't believe that with as backed up as this field was after the Carlisle Winterset game, that we're actually back on track in ahead of the 7:30 game between they and Davis County. Bottom dropping out of that one at the last second. Good patience shown there by Jenna Thurm. She did knock in a run on a sacrifice back in the first, so officially 0 for 1 as she grounded out to the second baseman Lexi Jones. She'll take a look at an inside pitch. 1-2 the count. Ooh, and wanted to give that one a rip, then realized where she was going to be angling that bat and lays off it. 2-2 the count. 2 outs. Runner at third. They come home with it. Hit to right field, and that's going to be another run batted in. And turning the corner, Thurm will be in with a stand-up RBI double. Rich comes across, and it's another crooked score. It's 5 in the inning, 9 for the contest, and Williamsburg on top by a score of 9-1. Courtesy runner coming in for the catcher, and it will be Taylor Sanchez, the 8th grade infielder. Will swap with Thurm, and Thurm will go ahead and start to get her equipment on with her squad on top by an 8 spot. Upstairs, ball 1.
falling apart. I'm like Albia right now. Got him. 31.
On the inner half of the plate. And that catches up Gorsh. Seems like almost everybody on this squad right now for Williamsburg's 1 for 2. That includes Gorsh. She has an RBI single. She popped up to the shortstop in the third. Coming home with it. And not missing by much there was Grace Pence. Count goes 3.
I don't need it. I don't need any more.
And 1. 2 outs in the inning. That's going to be in the zone for a strike. And now we've got ourselves a full count. Keep in mind with Sanchez running for Thurm, a ball hit does not mean she has to move. And this one is going to be caught by Lexi Jones. But Williamsburg bats around. They end up picking up 5 runs on 4 hits and leave 1. We'll head to the 5th inning, 9-1. Williamsburg on top. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau and the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future, with energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Living your best life means something different to everyone, especially when it comes to healthcare. That's why Mercy One offers compassionate, personalized care. We are here for you with one team of experts, providing access to the primary care and highly rated specialty care you need, easily and conveniently. So go ahead, live your best life. We're with you every step of the way. Mercy One, your best life, our one purpose.
Hey fans, Central College has you covered with career-building programs. And with tuition less than $20,000 a year and tons of scholarships, it's the best decision ever. Apply today at central.edu. Well, the first inning provided half of the offense that we have seen and all of the offense we had seen until that last half inning. Albia was trailing by a score of 4-1, but Williamsburg flexes their muscle. They now lead 9-1. It's going to be Lexi Jones, who doubled in the third, was able to be advanced over to third when Rosenboom singled, and then DeMoss's walk. The bases were loaded for Albia, and that is where the success of the Lady D's ends in the third inning, as Driscoll was able to go 1-2-3 on the meat of the order, the 3-4-5 hitters, and end up getting out of the inning unscathed. That really kept it tight when the score was a little bit closer at 4-1, now at 9-1. She's got a little bit more breathing room. Rifle just over my right shoulder on the foul, 1-2 the count. The Williamsburg squad, 9 runs, 9 hits, no errors. Albia, 1 run on 4 hits, an error. Upstairs and laying off of it was Jones. This tells you all you need to know. Williamsburg has 9 runs and has only left 2 on base. They have been efficient. You would expect the team with twice as many hits and 9 times as many runs to have left more on, but it's actually Albia who has scored 1 run but left 4 stranded. Fouling 1 back. Score is 2-2. Getting set is Driscoll. She'll come home, and swinging through is Jones. She can't catch up to that heat. And the strikeout is the 5th of the contest for Driscoll. Excuse me, I don't mean to shortchange her. The 6th, as she struck out 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, both looking. 1 in the fourth, and now she has guaranteed herself that she's got a strikeout per inning through the first 5. She gets ahead in the count, 0-1. Rosenboom slaps one, chops it to the second baseman. She'll flip underhand, and Metz gets the put out to Ridgway. 2 down here in the 5th. Lily DeMoss, the shortstop, wears 77. As we mentioned, Ridgway, the largest numeral for Williamsburg. By a long shot, it's Albia's DeMoss. McKenna Cronin, a junior, wears 43. And she'll watch strike 1. Quarterfinal action with Davis County or Esterville Lincoln Central. the next opponent. A little bit out ahead of it with the swing. Some off-speed stuff there from Driscoll. And she's quickly got herself in a dominating position. Sometimes you'll see pitchers here want to waste a pitch, want to see if they can get him to chase. Something tells me Driscoll's going to attack her aggressively. Well, she does, I wouldn't say wastes a pitch there. It was close enough where she was hoping that DeMoss would chase, and instead it brings the count to 1-2. DeMoss fouls that one. It's going to hit the base of the fence on the first base side. That's her own Albia Lady D's side. Albia representing Monroe County, Williamsburg out of Iowa County. And coming home with it, a swinging strike 3. And nasty stuff being delivered from Driscoll as she picks up 2 more strikeouts in a 3-up, 3-down inning. Bottom of the 5th, coming up 9-1, Williamsburg on top. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Ladies, the place for you!
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
And we are back here in Fort Dodge with the 2023 Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company. Strike 1 as Pence delivers to Taylor Pitlick. Pitlick leading off the 5th. She also led off the 4th. So that tells you that Williamsburg was able to bat around and put up a nice crooked number of 5 last inning. Checking her swing and missing. So we have a count of 2-1. Left-handed batter, inside out swing. And she pokes that over her own squad's dugout. 2-2 the count. As Pitlick has Driscoll and Hughes due up next. Chopped, and that will be knocked down by the glove of Myers. The senior there does a good job of making sure that stays in the infield, but Pitlick will end up at first all the same. Earlier today, had the opportunity to call the 3-0 victory in 5A of Muscatine over Ankeny with Dart Danielson. And then Andy Pollock and I calling the 4A matchup. Of Carlisle and Winterset. In that one, Pollock mentioned that it's getting a little bit chilly out, and I'm going to disagree. He said you might need to go get a coat, but I think this is just perfect. 66 degrees, a few scattered clouds here in Fort Dodge, but you prevent having to worry about players overheating, getting dehydrated, and with the lights here on the field. It's a spectacular view. This is chopped to the second baseman. Jones will look to make a tag. And did she get her? No signal. They do now say yes, indeed. She was able to slap Pitlick on her way. So reaching on the fielder's choice was Driscoll. And the low pitch, that's going to be taken as the stolen base attempt. No good. 1-1 the count. This is fouled back into the netting. So Pitlick on the caught stealing, and Pence will now see if she can't get 3 batters the minimum, although not a straight 3 up and 3 down situation. A little bit high. That'll even things out at 2-2. Rocking, delivering, low, and smothered by the catcher. As I mentioned, had the opportunity to call games with both Dar and Andy earlier today. Going solo, and hope you don't mind. I don't. 3-2 the count. Sometimes don't get crossed up with your color guy if it's just you. And we're having fun here alongside Eric Brown, our camera operator. Jose Guzman is keeping us on track as our engineer and producer of this Girls Union Network broadcast. Driscoll draws the base on balls and is replaced by Maya Simmons. McKenna Hughes, the third baseman. Mentioned this before, but like most people in the lineup, she's, or at least at their second at bat, she's 1 for 2, singled last inning and scored. Takes a strike. 1-1 the count. Was put out by DeMoss to end the first inning. Lays off a low pitch, 2-1 the count. For Albia, Barry, Myers, and Hoskins due up, so they can do some damage. There's going to be a throw in time, and caught stealing is Simmons. Fantastic gun from behind the plate, and then credit the shortstop DeMoss as well. All in one motion, the catch, the tag applied, 3-1 the count. Swinging at a pitch that would have been close. I don't know if it would have been ball 4 or if we'd be in the exact same situation with Hughes having taken one fewer cut. This one is going to be popped up to the right side. Major is under it, and Avery Major comes up with the putout and out number 3. No runs on 1 hit and nobody left on base. We'll move on to the 6th inning. It's 8-9-1 Williamsburg lead. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament, presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
back here at the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau and the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company. It's going to be Ashley Berry, Aliyah Myers, and Sydney Hoskins. Due up. Berry went deep into the count against Driscoll, her first time up, and ended up hitting a home run. It put Albia on top by a score of 1-0. It's the last time the Lady D's would lead, as Williamsburg quickly put up a 4 spot in the bottom of the inning. For Albia, their issue's been they haven't gotten the rotation or the lineup through enough, as this is just the third at-bat for Berry, and she went down looking back in the third. So 1 for 2 in the contest with a run scored and an RBI, getting it done herself. Missing outside with the count in her favor, 0-2. Driscoll has the luxury of going wide with the offering, seeing if Berry would chase. She does not. Unable to catch up to that off-speed pitch. And that is going to be the 8th strikeout of the contest for Driscoll. And that will be, again, she has at least one in every inning thus far. Taking a look at a called strike is Myers. Myers has been retired both times she's come up, popping up to both the left fielder and then to the catcher in foul territory. Driscoll didn't miss there by much. 1-1 the count. Hoskins in the on-deck circle with Major and Halstead awaiting after that. The Lady D's would love to have this be a prolonged top of the 6th inning. Chopped to the first baseman, backhanded by Ridgway, and she'll step on first for the unassisted putout. Hoskins doubled in the second, was stranded at third, and then went down with a strikeout in the 3rd inning. And here in the 6th, pointing out that she hasn't been up since, is an indicator that the last 9 have been put down in order. In fact, it's 11 straight that Driscoll has retired. So she's looking for her 3rd straight, 3 up, 3 down, and 4 straight innings worth after she loaded up the bases in the 3rd, but avoided any further damage. Ahead in the count, 1-2, as this is fouled over the right field fence, or the first base side fence, by Hoskins. A couple of balls thrown the way of Tom Berger, who's calling balls and strikes. He looks set, so does the pitcher. Hoskins awaits the delivery. 1-2, 2 out. Can't catch up with it. And for the 2nd straight inning, multiple strikeouts for Driscoll. And we'll head to the bottom half of the 6th with Williamsburg on top, 9-1. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, an Iowa farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau. As proud title sponsor of the state softball tournament, the Iowa Farm Bureau is dedicated to creating a vibrant future for Iowa through partnerships and programs that help cultivate individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. Making it to the state tournament is a great accomplishment that takes a lot of support. That's why we provide millions of dollars in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence. The well-being of Iowa students is also very important to Farm Bureau. That's why we provide concussion insurance coverage at no cost for all students in grades 9 through 12 who participate in a sanctioned sport. As just one of only 7 states to provide this coverage, it's just another way we're striving to support Iowa's outstanding young leaders. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau, congratulations to all the players and coaches on an outstanding season, and good luck in the tournament.
We're back. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company. And not to sound like someone shaking his fist at the clouds, but love hearing a lot of the music selections the music director has here in between innings. Hearing a little rock and roll all night, party every day. I don't believe that's the Kiss version, or at least it wasn't their most popular. Maybe it's a different cut of it. But we're definitely getting into the night here as this is hit to the shortstop, and reaching out to make the play is Spindler as DeMoss fires a strike that will retire Metz, and it will bring up Shannon Finn for the 4th time in the contest. Top of the order here in the bottom of the 6th. Finn has scored twice. She is 1 for 2 as she reached on a fielder's choice. Last time she was up singled and stole a couple of bases in the first. In fact, it's pretty impressive. 1 for 2 and has got 3 stolen bases. 1-1 the count, 1 out, and laying off that is Finn. She'll be backed up by Rich. And then if they can keep the inning alive, Ridgway would be due up next. Chopped to the feet of the left fielder, Barry. Will quickly get that into second, and Finn is able to keep applying the pressure and keep trying to extend the lead for the Raiders. 9 runs on 11 hits. Well, Albia has 1 run on 4 hits and really 1 run on 1 hit, their first hit of the game. Strike, just trimming that inside edge. 0-1 the count. And Rich quickly finds herself down in the count 0-2. Albia seeing if they can't get an out here, or maybe a couple, and avoid Ridgway. High up and over the lettering, but a close one to take with 2 strikes. The umpire right on the call, and that's going to be hit to the right of DeMoss, the shortstop. That one is going to get tangled up at the wall, and it will end up knocking in Finn. Rare to see a situation where Finn hadn't already been stealing bases, but she'll come around to score. And for Rich, she picks up the RBI. Ridgway has a single, and her courtesy runner ended up coming around to score in the first. She sees her squad on top by a 9 spot, and they've reached double digits now on top 10-1. Fouled right back into the press row area, and Ridgway falls behind 0-2. Thurm awaits. And daring the Albia catcher to throw was Rich. Hoskins will just walk her back to second, or eye her back to second, rather. This one's going to be hit in between the two fields. We're here on the Kruger Seeds field, Iowa Central field off to our right, and that will find the walkway between the two. Ridgway takes a look at strike three. She'll head back to the dugout with two gone, and Thurm coming up to see if she can't knock home Rich. Strike on the inside corner. Pence coming in relief of Halstead, and particularly given the situation with her squad trailing and hoping that the senior Halstead could go longer into the contest, Pence has been fantastic. This is knocked down by Hoskins. Otherwise, Rich is lightly jogging into third unopposed. But Hoskins does a good job smothering it. Counts 2-1. Two down. Lady D's looking to get back into the dugout and trying to muster up something in the top half of the seventh. Called strike. And now Thurm with a 2-2 count. 2 out. And a runner on second. Twos across the board here in the top half, in the bottom half of the sixth inning. That one will hit the batter as Thurm wasn't leaning into it, also wasn't diving to get out of the way. A little bit of an indifferent play there, but she'll flex the leg muscle. She'll take one for the team, and she'll head back to the dugout as we have a courtesy runner coming in for her. That's going to be Callan Spratt, a sophomore, and another IMT substitution. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. Runners on first and second. And Allie Gorsh will step up to the plate. Gorsh has an RBI single in the first. She's 1 for 3 in tonight's matchup. For Gorsh, that was her 18th run knocked in the 2023 campaign. Popped up, but safely out of play. No opportunity for Hoskins, the catcher, or for that matter, anybody else to get underneath it. 2-1, the count. Force out anywhere but home. Outside pitch misses. 3-1. The count goes. And Pitlick awaiting. This is going to be played foul over the Lady D's dugout. And so that will bring the count full. Williamsburg, 10 runs on 12 hits. This one is smoked right between the shortstop and second base. There'll be a play at the plate. No, there will not. The throw was there, but a little bit up the line, and quickly coming around is Carly Rich. She will score, and Gorsh picks up her second RBI of the game, and that will be enough as the 10-run rule comes into effect in the bottom of the sixth inning. So it was Gorsh knocking in Rich, and that'll be the difference as Williamsburg is victorious by a final score of 11-1. The pitcher of record for Williamsburg, Peyton Driscoll, goes to 17-3 with now 120 innings pitched on the season. And we will throw it over to the PA announcer as Williamsburg moves on.
Thanks to the Iowa Middle. Good night.
So Williamsburg is victorious in the Class 3A quarterfinal game as they knock off Albia 11-1 in 6 innings. Williamsburg will move on to a record of 34-9, and the top portion of the batting order getting it done as Finn, Rich, and Ridgeway combined for scoring 7 of the 11 runs for the Raiders. And then just too much on the mound was Driscoll, as she ended up, as I had mentioned a couple of times, had at least a strikeout in each inning, had 8 strikeouts through 6, and gave up just 1 run on 4 hits. We want to thank you for tuning in. My name is Eric Zamora with the play-by-play. Jose Guzman, our engineer and producer of the broadcast. Eric Brown, our camera operator. And that is going to do it for us, as quarterfinal action is halfway done, or almost halfway done, when that Davis County Estherville Lincoln Central game on the Iowa Central field wraps up, and we will resume with Davenport, Assumption, and Sadell kicking off things right here at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. One final time, Williamsburg moves on to play in the semifinals Wednesday at 3 o'clock Central Time, back here at the Kruger Seeds Field, taking on either Davis County or Estherville Lincoln Central. For myself and everyone a part of the broadcast, we thank you for tuning in. You've been watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company. Have a fantastic night.